You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.
See, look,
Yeah. I don't know who. Huh?
I knew we wasn't official. I got headphones. I'm man messing up. I knew it was gonna be something.
Look, I don't know who to shout out, you or StreamYard, but somebody fix something. Because like the intro used to be choppy, and well, yeah, especially when I used to like talk during the intro, but now none of that. I don't know what's going on over there. They did something.
I don't know either. I
You
count
did
on it.
something? I don't know.
I did do something, but I don't know if I can take credit for it. It might be the tech store. Maybe they gave me the craziest high quality plug. I don't know.
Could be.
Somebody did something though.
Could
Somebody
be.
did something, man. Shit. Shout out to that store. It's a bunch of real live nerds in there and very helpful, man.
Yeah, that's
Shout out,
probably
shout out to
yeah
nerds.
the most helpful store for all your computer needs, and that's an ad for them, but they'll never know because
You'll
they
never
ain't
know.
paying us.
You ever thought about how it's crazy that it's only one of those in town? Like literally only one.
You know what? I never realized that. I,
That's it.
now that I'm thinking about it, I never realized that. That's crazy. Well, shout out to them because that's where I got my Xbox from, and they had a live inventory online, so
Oh,
I know I wouldn't be disappointed when I went to the store.
well, shout out to them for sure. Hey, while we are shouting out, shout out to you guys for sharing. You ain't even did it yet. It's just a reminder to share because we know
Yes,
you always do it.
and sharing will be very vital in the future for our upcoming charity event. So just keep that in mind. So the more you share, the more we can donate.
Like it's not till October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but so September, look for way more details. You know, who's going to be our charity of choice, how much per share, and all this good information will be coming out in September. Um, so let's not wait to the end. Let's be proactive and start sharing now, which is what I'm doing.
I can't share, but even though I can't share, I still tell people about it. So spread the word of mouth, old fashioned advertising. Tell people about us so they know. If they got a phone, but they don't like Facebook, they don't like YouTube, fine. They can listen to it on any streaming service in the world. Or if they like YouTube, they can go on YouTube. You pull it up on your TV at home if you got a smart TV and watch us that way. So there's numerous ways to catch us. Hmm. But man, we got a good show, man. It's been a minute since we had a show for y'all. But this week, we got a good one. You want me to jump right into
Yeah, go ahead, set it up.
it? So, as Black people, we face numerous, numerous. How should I word it? Encounters with opposite races, and as Black people, we think everything is racist. I don't, I don't care if it's the waiter at a restaurant. Our first conclusion is to why we're not getting a service. Good service is because they racist. Anything is racist. And
It's so funny and true. I hate it.
me and Emmanuel was talking before the show, and he's like, what should we talk about? And I'm like, you know what? Something just happened to me yesterday where the whole entire time after it happened, I was thinking, like, is what they did was racist or they was just a rude person? You know what I'm saying? It took me at least 6 hours just to come to the conclusion, But let me tell you the story first. So here in Cleveland, it's a section of town called Little Italy. There's a lot of sections
I'm
of
gonna stop you there
town.
and say racist.
Uh-huh.
I know that's out of town. I'm just gonna stop you there and say racist.
So
Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
it's a lot of Little Italy's
Sorry, I got a little
in
Italy
different
story.
cities in America. Oh man. So honestly, I've only been there probably like 3 times. I not driving through, but actually been there. And yesterday was my 3rd time. And a lot of people that let me be more specific. A lot of black people that I've talked to say, oh no, don't go there, man. They racist down there. Don't go down there. So that already was my preconceived notion. You know, before I even went down there for the first time. So this weekend, it's it's a like a I don't know what you call it, a Catholic holiday or like a Catholic event, but it's called the Feast of Assumption. And I don't know the particulars, but it's a lot of eating going on. It's a church in Little Italy, and they're the they set it off for the event. So it's a lot of Italian restaurants in Little Italy, so they all come out and they have food. So we go down there, and I'm having a good time. I see other black people. I'm like, oh, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's preconceived notion. So I go to one of the stands. It's packed down there. So I go to one of the stands. I get in line. I'm waiting in line. I've been waiting in line probably for about 10 minutes. I see this group of about 10 people. You can call them white if I decided to judge by, skin color. They were white. I see them walk up. So we stand in line. The person in front of the line get their food, they leave. So the line is moving up. They take a step up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they taking a step up? So I take an even bigger step up. You're not about to cut me. You know what I'm saying? So the next person in front of the line, they get their food, they go, they leave. She take another step up. I'll take another step up. Like, what's going on? So this keeps going on and on and on until it's about, one person left, and I'm up next. So she turns to me and says, "Are you by yourself?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Are you in line?" I said, "Yes." I've been saying. She said, "Well, we're behind these people. We were in line first." I said, "No, I've been behind these people. I'm ahead of you." And they said, "No, you cut us." I said, "I've been here for 10 minutes. I seen when y'all came up. I've been here before y'all." Now it's like I said, it's a group of 10 people. Maybe they didn't see me. They talking or whatever. Now this young lady, she was wearing a soccer jersey from one of the Italian clubs, football clubs, and you know who she looked like? You ever you ever watch women's soccer and you heard of that soccer player Rapinoe? What's her name? Rapinoe?
Yeah.
Yeah. She got the blonde hair.
Maria Rapinoe or something like that.
Yeah, Rapinoe. Yeah, she looked exactly like her. So I can just get a description. So the way that she was talking to me was kind of aggressive, like she had some testosterone in her system or something. But me, I have natural testosterone, so it was like, no. Now, mind you, I wasn't being the a-hole. If it was 1-2 people, cool, I wouldn't really care. But it's a whole group. You think I'm gonna let a whole group cut in front of me, and I've been here for 10 minutes? No, it's not happening. So she said, "Well, I'm just gonna let you go." I said, "I know you're gonna let me go. That's because I've been here before you." And I'm like, "Look, I'm not arguing with you. The conversation is over. I'm done." And I proceeded to get my food and I left. And as I'm walking away, I'm thinking about it in my head. Like, why would she think that? I know she saw me here. I'm wearing a red T-shirt. I'm black. there's not many. Like, how can you not see me here? Like, is it like, is she, is this a race? I already had that preconceived notion. I'm going to Little Italy. Is this racist? Or, was she just didn't see me, or she just being rude? Like, I just didn't know.
This is racism I'm experiencing right now. What is
Yeah. I didn't know. So after much thought, much thought, I said, you know what? Maybe I think she was just didn't see me, and she decided to be rude. But it's different if she would have been like, she would have started off the conversation with, "Are you in line?" But she said, "Am I with somebody?" Like, what do you mean? It's
crazy.
crazy.
So if you would not have been by yourself, then that would have been okay for you to be in line.
Right, which just had me thinking. I'm over here like, what the hell? I was just confused for a minute. But then after I calmed down, I thought about the situation. Like, nigga, I even went to Google. Like, has anybody been standing in line and people just cut her and just try to say they wasn't standing in line? Like, was it? You know what I'm saying? Did this happen? And other people talking about, yeah,
It's so good. So I was trying to think of while you were telling the story, I was trying to think of a time if I was like standing in line or something, but I couldn't think of one of those. All right, so wait. What's your conclusion? Was it racist?
It pains me to say this, but I don't think so.
You think she was being rude? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think she was just did see me and she was being rude, but it was like, man.
So wait, let me ask you this: so was it the same as you took a step, or as they took a step when the next person in front of you left? Was that the same girl that asked you, "Were you by yourself?"
Yeah. So
how did she didn't see you then?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she was talking to her her friend or whatever, and but it's like, how you think I'm just standing here? Like,
like every time somebody leave, I take a step up, and you take a step, and you standing next to me. How do
right.
you not know? What are you talking about?
Right, and like, we're at a food stand, so you have the crowd behind us just walking by, and you
So I'm
got people
literally
that's standing in
here.
line, and I'm
Yeah.
literally standing here. But when she seen me, because I had my sunglasses on, I took my sunglasses off. I'm like, we need eye contact for this shit.
It's like, look, I'm not. It's not a conversation. Like I'm in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not arguing with you. Like, I was ahead of you,
That's so funny.
and the way that you came to me wasn't nice or anything. So we can't have a civilized conversation. But even then, if you would have came out and said, "I've been here for 10 minutes. I don't know if you saw me or not, but I've been here for 10 minutes." So, hey, man.
That's so good. Regina, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. I know we've been on a break. Thanks for coming hang out. We just talk about situations, different situations. Trying to see what what you think. Is it racist? So for the audience, what do you guys think? Do you guys think virus situation? Because look, like he said, black people think everything is racist. That's the first thing we go to. So that got me thinking, like, well, maybe it wasn't racist. Maybe it was just rude. I'm thinking about it now, some situations. But what do you guys in the crowd think, in the audience? What do y'all think? Y'all think that was racist, or was the girl just being rude?
Yeah, I want you to tell this one story, because I remember you told me before, but while the audience talks about that one, I got another one.
Okay.
So I took my mother to a restaurant on Mother's Day, and my sister came too. So at this restaurant, they had the condiments on the table, and like big, like ketchup and mustard bottles. They had like sour cream.
I just feel like just going somewhere funny.
They have sour cream and like other sauces and stuff on the tables, right? So,
I'm sorry. I don't know this story, or at least I don't think I do. But it has a funny setup.
Yeah. So you look around at the tables, you see, you see it on the table. I've been to this restaurant, so I've been to that restaurant before COVID, and I've been to it after COVID. So I already knew what was going on. The situation, but this was my mother's first time going here. So at these other tables, you see white white families with the ketchup bottles for the sour cream, etc. So when our food come out, they bring us the little plastic cups with the condiments and the sour cream and and sauces and stuff on them. And my mother was like, why they got the big bottles and we got the small kind of like, man, they kind of racist in here. Now
Uh,
with with me going before COVID, I know that these big plastic bottles. I know they don't have a lot of them, and after a table use them, they gotta wash them and refill them. The whole COVID, they got to sanitize them, so they don't have enough to go around. Uh,
that's
but
too
it,
funny.
but hey, if you never been there before, I'll probably be like, yeah, why they got races in here? I don't know. What's going on?
I mean, sometimes, all right, you're right. Because sometimes it is a coincidence that just so happen, all right, we get the small condiments because they don't got the large, you know what I'm saying? Or they give us cups. Like, sometimes it is a coincidence, but I ain't gonna lie, that's not always the first thing I'll jump to. It's a blessing and a curse, man. I jump to racism every single time. Like, that must be racist. Like, what are you talking about?
Look, I've been to um, I've been to a restaurant in the city, and I went there. It was a big, long strand of hair in my food. Okay, it happens. I went there for a second time. It was a same exact length strand of hair in my food. So at that point, I call racism. I call racism. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't, judging by the establishment, I think that they're racist. But then I look in the kitchen, I don't see any hair nets or nothing. So I was like, but I'm never going back here because I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not
Two
sure.
times?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
2 time hair. Yeah, I don't. That's why the fuck they weren't wearing hairnets. Like, what is that
That's
about?
what I'm saying. Like I won't go back there for the for them not being sanitary around my food, and for this they might be a little racist. So I don't know.
Little light racism.
I'm just saying, like, if nobody's wearing hair nets, but I'm the only person that get hair in my food
So you went there by yourself or with people?
with people twice.
Both times.
Yeah,
Neither one of them got hair.
correct.
I would I would think that would be all right. One time, I guess it's gross, but it happens. 2 times though.
Yeah, it's
Did you order the same dish?
yes.
Uh, maybe that girl just have loose hair.
Look, I'm gonna give y'all a clue on the restaurant. They serve a certain type of sandwich. It's a certain style. I don't know if it originated in Pittsburgh, but it might have. But anyways, it's a certain style of sandwich, and it's called a panini. I don't know. If you're from
Oh,
Cleveland, you might be able to figure out that restaurant. I'm just saying.
racist. Is this restaurant in the Cleveland Heights, Coventry area potentially?
Potential. Well, no, not anymore. They're gone. They're
Racist
gone.
though.
But are they in the Cleveland area? Yes.
Racist.
East side, west side. Yes.
Immediately. What do y'all think? Consistently hair in the food, is that racist or is that somebody that's just gross and rude at their job?
Hey, so I remember you telling me a story about how you went down south and I don't know, you was at a gas station or somewhere, a store. I know it was a store for sure. And a guy said something to you on your way out. As you started to think about what he said, he was like,
I can't remember. It sounds familiar though. Do you remember anymore?
It was
It
like
sound familiar.
he said something like must must have been raised by like your grandparents or must ain't been raised by your parents, something. Like something they said to you like that. I can't remember exactly what they said though.
I,
I know you were
I
down south for sure.
I got a lot of little stories like that. Like I remember going on college visits for football, and we went to this super small town, like the middle of nowhere, Ohio, and I'm watching this old lady. She's a little old lady, so she is the cashier, and she is. Hold on, me. She is. That made it worse. She is putting her hand up, right? And then the customer put their hand in her hand, like her palm, and then she's setting the money in their hand like this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is pre-COVID, so I guess it's cool to touch people's hands or whatever. Now it's a Wendy's in a small town, so it's like the only restaurant. So it's a long line, and I'm watching her do it. I ain't thinking nothing of it, man. When we get up there, when me and my family get up there, when I tell you she sprinkled, like dropped the money, like hovered and it wasn't like it was just change. Like change, I understand, even though the whole time she been doing that. Like this was she dropped, like sprinkled the money, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I admit, like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, it already. So this was at the end of the visit, so I'm already getting like like a. It's just a small town in Ohio, like so. You assume that it's racist, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just they not used to black people around here. It's a little country town. This everything off of the campus is like real weird. Everything is weird, and yeah, like I seen it. So we step back and waiting for our food, and like the next customer, and she go back to doing this. She go back to putting the money in their hand. So I, of course, jumped to racist because that shit was racist. But what do y'all think? That shit was racist.
Yeah, I might have to call racist on that one. Like she let the money, like dollar bills, fall like leaves.
Yes.
Yes. Like even though it's one end of the money, and she could have handed you, she could have held on to the one end of the dollar bills and
Dog,
sending it like that, but she dropped it.
It wasn't like it was dollar bills wrapped up in change, where like the change is going to weight it down. Like, this was like it's like a, she just let it go. But everybody else, I keep forgetting on my camera. She doing this, but our shit, she just like let it fall. It's crazy. This is she miniature made it rain on us.
But think about this. When have you ever seen something like that?
Never.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never seen. Even it's not the first old white lady I came across who was a cashier or something. I just never seen this before. I just never seen it before.
Oh man, hey, have you ever heard the story about like Charlie Murphy and Eddie Murphy and all them was on a plane and there was some like old white dude on there, and Charlie Murphy said, "Well, he was like, I had to calculate dude's age, and then I remember I had to calculate his age. Remember, figured out when he was born, figured out when segregation ended. I came with the conclusion." That they was racist as hell. Hey, man, like when it comes to like older white people, it's like
what do you say? Like it's like the old man looked over like, hey, what are you guys, a basketball team? What are you guys, a basketball team?
Yeah, man.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? No, bitch, we the Black Panthers. What do you say? No, bitch, we the Black Panthers, and I'm the new leader or something like that. Like, I see the fear in his eyes. Hey, I wish I could play the clip, but we know goddamn well we'll get shut out for that. But man, they go like, man, like, no, bitch, we the new Black Panthers, and I'm the new leader. I see the fear in his eyes, man. I seen him start to have a heart attack or whatever Charlie Murphy said. That shit was hilarious. I almost forgot about that. That's
man. But yeah, in that situation, based on old white lady, I'm gonna have to say racist because man,
Yeah, I gotta go racist on that too.
Like people keep saying, you know, slavery and all that type of, it wasn't that long ago, like you think.
Yeah, people
Jim
think of
Crow, Jim Crow, it wasn't that long ago.
man, that's just so crazy. Let me see.
Hey, oh yeah, if you got some
Go
more,
ahead.
yeah.
No, no, go
Uh,
ahead. Go ahead. I got plenty, but go ahead.
so speaking of the South, yeah, I was in Florida one time on the Gulf Coast, of Florida, right? So it was like a bench, and at this time I was hurt. I recently tore my Achilles, so anytime I could sit down, I was sitting down. So I'm just sitting down on the bench, just relaxing, enjoying the good weather, and it's like a smoking stand right outside this, right by this bench. So this girl, she comes and she's smoking a cigarette. So we strike up a conversation. We're just talking, just about normal stuff. She's talking about, hey, I see you hurt, blah, blah, blah. I'm hurt too. I need surgery. Soon. Well, yeah, you need to get that surgery or whatever. So she finishes her cigarette, goes back inside the restaurant, then she comes back out with a new cigarette. All right. So we strike up, this basically the same conversation, talking about injuries or whatever. Then she leans in and asks me, "Do you know where I can score some coke?" Like what?
What was the potentially ethnic background of this young woman?
Southern white.
Southern white, hilarious.
Like I was like, what would what would make you ask me that question? Like I'm not even what? Like I never nobody in Cleveland, not even black people ask me, You know what I'm saying? You got some coke for sale? Like, never.
That's a tough. That gotta be racist, right? Was it other people outside or just y'all two?
I mean, it was people walking about down the street. Where I was at, it was like like a kicking it vacation type of spot. So it was a lot of people walking around. And at that time, I had like the super trimmed down beard, and I had a thick mustache. So I was looking, Carl Winslowish. So I don't get why she asked me that. And then earlier in that same day, I got it was another white gentleman next to me, and he started rubbing his hands together like Birdman, and he was like, "Huh? Do you know where I can? What do you say? What do you say? I wanna smoke some good weed or some shit like that. Like,
This is dude you was with? You went down there with this guy?
no,
Oh,
another rando.
oh.
I want to smoke some good weed. I turn around like, what? Like this dude is by himself. It wasn't like he was talking to anybody else. I'm like, huh? And I'm like,
Hey, all right, the white dude. That's definitely racist. Angel
like
said, I
why?
know white people who will ask anyone for anything or anyone for stuff like that, though.
Could be. I don't know, but why did it have to be me? Like like, I'm the furthest from drugs. Like I don't partake. Like I don't. Why would you ask me that?
That's funny. That's good. Oh, in the same vein though, me and you was together. She she said as long as you don't seem like a cop, they will approach you.
I had a cop mustache.
Yeah. Oh, Max Payne face nigga. Anyway, so this happened. Me and you was together. This is when we had went to the Kid Cudi concert down at the Q or whatever it's called at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
remember we in there.
already had my mom made up,
Man.
but you can tell the people the story.
Oh, you was there, so you seen it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Parliament, come on, they wrecked the show. I'm like, I can leave. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? We know Parliament saw a psychedelic, you know what I'm saying? '70s music. You know what I'm saying? Randomly, me and Byron were just sitting there watching the show. We might be standing up or whatever, and randomly, this white girl just behind us just like tapped me on my shoulder, like, "Do you know Rock and Squirt? Or no? Do you have any weed?" And I'm like, "No." Like, why would you ask me that? Like, am I smoking weed currently?
Right.
Like, am I? Have I moved from this spot? Have you seen any other people come up and talk to me like we having transactions? Like, why would you ask me that? Because I'm black and I'm big and I'm black and she's racist. Like, it was racism. Like, what else could it be?
That's what I'm like. It wasn't like okay. If it was currently, you know, I never. I mean, you can't. You can tell a drug or what a drug dealer look like. You could just know. You know what I'm saying? You just know. But if I looked at you, you don't look like you sell drugs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, and I think it's in, or even if it's not racist, like I think it's like racially subconscious because like I feel like they got that freedom because all right, let's say somebody was a cop, like then they'd be like, you know, no, you idiot, I'm a cop or whatever. Like, I feel like they still feel like they got a level of protection, like a you know a certain what that Paul Mooney used to say, the complexion for the protection or whatever. Like, I feel like you still got a little bit of leeway. Like you feel like you can talk your way out of it if it is a cop or whatever. I should have been like, yeah, and took her money and just walk away.
Right. What's she gonna do? Tell the cops that she tried to buy weed from you? You took her money.
Took her money, yeah, exactly. Or it'd be like, you remember that one? I think it was a video. It might have been on. I think it was Cops or something. Virginia said I was going to say that too. Yeah, man, I don't understand. You ever see that video? It's like a white lady talking to the police. Talk about the black lady took her money. She's like, I'm gonna be honest. You know, I was trying to buy some crack or whatever she was smoking. I was trying to buy something from her. You know what I'm saying? But she ended up taking my money. Blah blah blah. So the cop go talk to the black lady, and she's like, "No, she came around here a couple times asking if we was selling something. And we don't sell nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prostitute, but we don't sell no drugs and all this stuff." And I'm like, "What? What did you just say to a police officer?" Like, so it's kind of how you were saying, like one total, like you gonna go tell the police that you was trying to buy drugs. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna do that unless these two idiots apparently.
Exactly.
I'm a prostitute. I don't sell drugs. I like. It's crazy. So I gotta go racist. You going racist on that one?
Yeah, like I don't see any context. The only context I see when you ask somebody if they selling drugs, if they, you could currently see that they, intoxicated, or they ask you, do you smoke anything other than that? Why are you asking random black people do they have any drugs for sale? I'm just gonna go racist. Like I can't justify that at all.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Angel and Regina both said that it'd just be desperation. People ask anybody, but I don't know. I want to believe y'all, but I don't know.
Look, in all the years of my life, I never asked a random person, do you know where I can score any type of drug?
Yeah, yeah. I don't even think as a kid I never even asked anybody like, "Oh man, can you help me buy alcohol?" Like I don't think I've ever.
No. When I was 21, that's when I started buying. Like I just started buying. I never gave anybody money to buy alcohol for me. Nah.
Oh no, we looking. I don't know. People in the comments seem to think that is just a normal.
Hey, but they might have a different. They might have an insider scoop or something.
Yeah, the point of view is a little bit different. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But so wait, to y'all detriment though, we wasn't in a small town. We were in the middle of Quicken Loans Arena. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't in a cornfield. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't in a town with one light. Like we were in the middle of arena, a concert. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 people, and I feel like she walked up to me and pointed me out. Andrew said the first time I asked for alcohol, I was 15. She just asked a random guy.
You know what? It might just be a cultural
Yeah, it
thing.
might be yeah. Maybe we got it all wrong. Maybe they just be asking questions or whatever. That's funny. Virginia said, Angel, what did he say? Let us know. He probably said, yeah. I'm sure he said, yeah. What's another? Oh, so I was thinking about this one. I was trying to get Angel to tell it or whatever, to tell the story, but he was at my little cousin's. He was at like a birthday breakfast at this expensive hoity-toity. I guess it's like a club, more like a clubhouse type thing, but they do like a breakfast buffet, and I think a lunch buffet. I don't even think they do dinner or something like that. But
Mhm.
he was in there, and it was breakfast or whatever. So we, it's pancakes, and sausage, and eggs and breakfast food or whatever. So 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 my older cousin, he sitting there eating his food or whatever, and the waitress coming around. She's like, you guys need anything? Uh, people asking for butter or some shit, more syrup or whatever. And so my my older cousin asked for what did he ask for? Angela, you remember? Let me know. It was either like hot sauce or uh he asked for something, man. But it was something like it had to be like hot sauce or something. Something for like everybody at the table was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But the waitress was like, why? She's like, why? And my eyes got so big. I'm like, why? Uh, and Andrew said he asked for syrup. I don't think he asked for syrup because that would make too much sense. Maybe it was syrup. I don't know. I thought it was like hot sauce or something. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't eat hot sauce on their eggs or whatever, but I know some of black people do or whatever. So it might have been syrup. I don't know. But whatever it was, he asked for it. And she was like, why? And I looked around like, why? And it wasn't even that whatever he asked for. I don't care if he asked for horseradish for breakfast. Go get it. Like you are, no offense to servers, you're a slave at this point. Go get whatever we asked for. Like I don't care if he had chicken and biscuits for breakfast and he asked for tartar sauce. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't ask why. Like just go get the shit. Like I was so like beyond myself. I never heard. Like, what do you mean? Why? What are you talking about, man?
But I don't know. Because if it was like hot sauce or syrup for eggs or something, I don't know. Maybe she was like, why? Like, why would you eat? That's disgusting. Like, why would you eat that? Maybe that's what she thought.
Do you think a slave ever walked up to a master in the big house and was like, and he asked for give me some mustard seeds? You ever think a slave was like, why? No, a slave never asked the master
Hey,
why. They just went and got it.
I
Go
could,
get that
hey,
shit, man.
hey, I can see that point of view. It's like I'm the customer, give me what I want. But maybe she, I don't know, was trying to get free from the chains and start asking
Man.
questions. I don't know.
Like Angel said, I wouldn't have believed. She wouldn't have believed it if she wasn't there. Like it was so. It can't be syrup because that makes sense. It's breakfast. That had to be something else, man. Whatever nigga asked for, man, it was on. Like she's like, why? Everybody looked around like, what do you mean why? Go get it. Go
Mhm.
get it. Oh man. Virginia said I'd be pissed. Uh, that's so fucking funny. Angel or Regina asked Angel, what did the guy say who she asked about random alcohol? She said he took our money, brought a couple bottles out of the store, and kept my change. Yeah, like what you gonna do?
Exactly.
This man bought us alcohol because we underage. No, he's gonna take it. Like, well, that's the cost of doing business.
Exactly.
The cost of doing business.
Like anything is free. Shit.
That shit is hilarious. Virginia said, "How did she act when she finally brought the syrup? It was butter or something. I don't remember. I feel like calling them and find out exactly what it was. No, she came back and brought it, but that was after everybody gave her the side eye for like, what do you mean? Why? What are you talking about? Go get it. Like,
Yeah. First of all, that's bad. That's bad customer service, regardless
yeah.
if it's racist or not. I don't know if it's racist or not, though.
You think it's rude? It might have that might have been rude, but I went straight to like, cause I think it depends on what it was, right? Because if it was like hot sauce and she just didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? Just don't understand that. Like black people have hot sauce on everything. Like she just didn't get it or whatever. But Tony, he don't like hot stuff, so I don't think it was hot stuff. I gotta figure out what it was. I gotta figure out what it was, and I gotta report back. But that
I
shit
say
was
very rude.
very rude. The very
Yeah.
rude rating.
Now, like for example, if you went to a restaurant and you like you friends with the waiter, and they ask, and they be like, "Why?" Like nasty shit. But yeah, I can understand that. But in that situation, y'all don't know each other. And this is a service based transaction. Give me what I want.
Like I don't care if I'm having chicken and waffles or uh I don't know. If I'm having sushi and I tell the Japanese person that's making my sushi that I want ketchup, like don't ask me why, just bring me ketchup. You know what I'm saying? Like just do it.
Hey, if I was the sushi shop, I'd be like, no, no, ketchup ain't going on no sushi. uh,
Fair enough. Uh, Fair enough. But then we'll have a different exchange. But don't ask me why. Why? Why would you do that? Cause that's how I eat it. Like, what do you
like, you
mean?
want
Why?
some? I'll give you some teriyaki sauce. That's it.
That's so funny. All right, so what's the final verdict for you guys in the audience? Byron said extremely rude. I think I'm gonna have to turn to rude. I was definitely going racist for the longest. It sound like Angel said she switched to rude, like rude bad customer service. I don't know that shit. I was like, man, this bitch is racist.
Give me
This
one.
is racist,
Give me
man.
1 sec. I gotta get the charger.
All right. Yeah, man. So Regina said a lot of people eat hot sauce on breakfast food. Apparently not. Apparently not. I don't know. I wonder if he'll answer the phone while Byron off doing this thing. Let me let's see if he'll answer. Because I think it's worth knowing. It's definitely worth knowing. Angel said she wouldn't have tipped. I don't know who tipped or not, to be honest. There was so many people. I think it might have been like just added into the bill or something. He might be chilling with his kids, so he might not answer. He might call back. We'll see. Any of you guys got any? I know Angel said that she has experience with black people, because she white or whatever. Any experiences y'all want to share to see, what we think is racist or not racist? Virginia said, "Did a waitress give you attitude when you finally got it?" And yes, I think it sounds both rude and racist. Probably rude because she's racist. That's a good way of putting it, Regina. She wasn't rude when she came back with it. She just dropped it off at the table and that was it. But I think that was just because she got so much flack from she just got so much flack from everybody at the table because I just couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. If I order a margarita and I say give me you know soy sauce, I want soy sauce. Like go get it. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm being rude now or something. I don't know. Uh, Virginia said I would have I would have asked for the manager, which is definitely the it's page 1 of the White Lady Handbook. I think I could be wrong. I feel like that's page 1. How to ask for a manager. Angel said she didn't give any attitude. She was just very questioning like a rude why. Yeah, yeah. No, it wasn't that bad. It was just like I said, she did her thing, but it was I just couldn't understand it. Like why are you asking this? It's so funny. You talking to us? We can't hear you, and you don't got no headphones in. We can't hear nothing you saying. I got you.
Yeah, I forgot that I had my mic on mute. But the hell, you hear me now?
Hmm?
Yeah, I remember I ordered eggs and I wanted cheese, cheesy eggs, and she was like, why do you want cheese and eggs? That's weird. Like, what do you? I was confused because I'm like, I know numerous people that got cheese and eggs before. Like, how is that weird? Like they make sandwiches where you put the cheese on top of the egg. Like I don't sausage, egg, and cheese has been around for centuries. Like I don't understand what's weird about that.
That's a good one. I look, I find it rude sometimes when you go to places and they don't, and you gotta tell them like eggs in my cheese. That's weird to me. That's weird. Like it should be like eggs. When you order eggs, it should come with cheese automatically, and then you be like, I don't want cheese on it.
I agree. I can't eat it without cheese anymore. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, I don't get it. Maybe we all just tripping. Let me see. Andrew said, I used to be so naive. I believe if you were a good person, people would be good to you. I never thought people would be unwelcoming to me because I'm white. Angel, give us an example. Tell us a situation of where you, because maybe look, we're going to find out here that maybe it wasn't racist. Maybe it was just, rude people. Because rude people, I know plenty of rude black people story. I guess I just can't say that they're racist, but maybe I can. I don't know. Who knows? I could tell a racist black story. Let me get to the comment. I'll tell a racist black story, and y'all tell, any story that you guys got, because it might not have been racist. It might have just been rude. Virginia said the customer is always right. LOL. Yes, it's probably a white lady thing, but I'm definitely doing it. Asking for the manager is. Have you ever asked for a manager like outside of a restaurant? I've asked for a manager at a restaurant. Have you ever asked for one outside of a restaurant?
What do you mean ask for a manager outside of a restaurant?
Well, I mean, like if you was in a shoe store, you ever
Oh,
yeah. You think restaurants are the only people that got managers?
Like I'm like ask for a manager outside of like I misunderstand. You got to take a pause or some a comma or something. Hey, but
it's slow, man.
oh man. Damn. I mean, yeah, of course, because this whatever the associate, whatever store I am, they can't answer my problem correctly. I need to speak to upper management about a problem because you don't have the answers for me. So, yeah, of course, I asked for a manager outside of a restaurant.
Outside of you thought I meant like on the sidewalk. I want to talk to your manager. Like, sir, you on the sidewalk? What are you talking about?
Hey, like I zoned out for a quick second, and then all I heard was, "Have you ever asked for a manager outside of a restaurant?" And I'm like, "Nigga, what?" Oh man,
that's funny. That's funny. So yeah, hopefully y'all typing in the comment section to let us know what experience you had where it could have been rude or racist, and let's go through it. But I'll tell a racist black story, I guess. And look, maybe it wasn't even racist. Maybe it's so I guess when you black, it's more called colorist or colorism, which is it's just black people. It's like racism inside the lines or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember being in like middle school or in middle school in social studies, and it was a light skinned girl who real pretty light skinned girl, and she came in one day, and I think I had went to class early or something. So I was like sitting in her seat. It wasn't her seat. We didn't have a assigned seat. It was just a seat. And but she was just a seat she already sat in. So she walked in. She like, what the fuck she say to me? She said something like, she was like, she's like, no, you gotta move on my seat. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking to? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this ain't your seat. She's like, something. We had an exchange, and it ended with her saying, like, she's like, no, you can't. She's like, oh no, don't talk to me because I'm high maintenance or something. I'm high class or something like that. I look like, bitch, we in a sec. Look, I got kicked out of class for this because he said it. Like, look, class has started. The teacher is sitting at his desk, listening to this exchange and haven't said one word. You know what I'm saying? She going in. I'm not really going in because I don't really go in on girls. And she was pretty, all this stuff. She going in though. And I'm like, so when she said that part though, I'm like, bitch, we go to the same school. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that mean we live in the same town, even though that's not what it meant at all. But you don't know that. Like, we live in the same town. We go to the same school. We're in the same grade. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you high class or high maintenance? We're the exact same right now. What are you talking about?
And you a kid.
Nigga, so I got kicked out of class for that because I called her a bitch. She was going in though. And I let it all slide. And then we never got cool. Like, we had friends that was in the same circle. We never was cool ever. You know what I'm saying? I wonder whatever happened to her now. That's funny. But I got kicked out of class, even though she was going hard though. I got kicked out for calling her a bitch.
But what was she, light skinned or something?
Yeah, super light skinned. She was like light skinned. She had like long hair. She was definitely a 10 in middle school. a middle school 10 for sure. And they told me she was high class or high maintenance or some shit. And I got kicked out.
Hey, do you think black people are the only race that have I don't know what do you want to call it, interracial racism? I'm sure.
Wait. Before we go to that, because I got a theory, kind of a theory. Rude or racist for that one? Because I feel like she only said that because I was dark. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was dark skinned and she was light skinned, so she felt like she was better. That's why she high class or high maintenance.
This was the 90s.
No, this was I was in middle school. This had to be like 2001, maybe 2001. I was either 2001. It's 2001. 2001.
I don't. That's a tough. I say both.
Yeah,
Rude
and racist.
And racist.
Definitely rude. I don't know. I'm thinking it was racially charged. So. I'm thinking it was racially charged. Before we get to Regina got one. Before we get to the other part you had said, Regina said when I was 9 years old, my mom put me in this place for kids that are mentally unstable. I mentioned it before. Our room had 4 people to a room. They divided us girls from the boys. That's understandable, but they wouldn't let black girls in with the white girls. I asked my counselor why this one girl couldn't be in my room. They divided us up. Or why they couldn't be in my room, they divided up. Racist? Yeah. Yeah, that's racist.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And racist. That's racist. Can you call that anything else?
No.
No,
No.
that's standard. That's standard racism. Like that's first generation. Like you don't got to look too hard for that's racist.
Yeah.
So not only divided the boys and the girls, but divided the whites and the black. Nigga, that's racist. Jeez.
Mm.
Angel said maybe it was because of whatever issue she was there for, or maybe because of why you were in there. So you telling me not one black person got the same issues or symptoms that this entire group of like nobody got any overlap? Like, gotta have some kind of overlap. Like, come on now. I don't know, Angel. I'm going racist.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going racist because there's no reason why you would separate. I can see boys and girls,
Right. Especially young, like kids. Of course, you got to keep them separate.
but not racist. Damn.
Yeah, that's racist. Virginia said what? Oh no, we can't put that on the screen. we get shut down. She said
She's trying to get banned. She's trying to get banned for a week.
Yeah, you better this Facebook that you on, you better be careful. Ask Angela about getting banned. She said she had a girl in her room that tried killing her parents. She said she thought it was racist.
Damn.
Yeah, that's definitely racist. Yeah.
Look, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. Yeah. But this wasn't jail. This is just a mental. That's crazy. Hell no, put her in jail. Oh, she tried to kill him. Oh, all right. She's good. She's all right. Never mind. She just tried to kill her parents. She didn't actually do it. She's okay. She'll be all right. So anyway, back to what you were saying. Back to what you were saying about do you think black people are the only people who are racist amongst themselves? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. That's the question I had posed. Like, is the black race only like that, or they like, oh, they light skinned, oh, they dark skinned?
What do you think? Can you hear?
No, I hear what you said. It sounded like you said something. See, when I don't have my headphones, it's not the same.
Oh, but you can't use that in the chart. I got you.
Yeah.
What do you think though? Do you think we're the only ones?
See, Andrew said white people judge people, other white people off of like poor, like white people living in like trailer parks and I don't want to say the word, we might get banned, but y'all know if you know if we on that same wavelength, y'all know what I was gonna say. That trailer park type of situation, but is that more of like social class?
She said it's more class than race.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what black people is light skin, dark skin, curly hair, straight hair.
See, I agree. I think white people is more like social class, like where you are standing wise. But I think that other besides white people, like white people might be the only people that's kind of exempt to it, because it's just white. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what kind of white, but you know that it's white. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know what I'm saying. But you think about back in the days where, like Italians, like only certain people could join the mob or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The mafia.
Yeah,
you had to be
100%.
Yeah, or like Sicilian or something from certain part of
Italy.
it was like very specific. You know what I'm saying? So if you had any type of mix, then you're like, all right, you can be associated, but you can't actually join. Like you can never be made. You know what I'm saying? You could just be an accomplice. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's kind of like the same thing, and that wasn't necessarily class. It was like okay, racially, you ain't what we are, so you can't join this thing of ours. Um, you look at like Brazilians, right? So you got light or white Brazilians, and you got black Brazilians. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like in MMA, they actually like it's actually a group called the Black Zillions or some shit. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like it ain't just Brazilians. It's like the Black Brazilians because they were like outcasts and they wasn't able to do certain stuff. You got people that look like Byron, like Anderson Silva when he played Savage. Then
Hey.
you got people like Shogun who like from the same part of Brazil. You know what I'm saying? But they look completely different. And you look at Shogun, you're like, he white. And you look at Anderson Silva, like, hey, he definitely a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even though neither one of them is true. They from the same area in Brazil. Like, it's crazy.
Hey, you know what? That's kind of like how it is in Australia. You got the Aborigines. You know, darker skin. It's a certain racist word for. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a racist word for darker Australians. Yeah, it's great. You know what? I digress my opinion the more that we talk about it. Yes, other races have interracial, well, other cultures and whatever have interracial tension and racism.
So look, I think except for white people, do you think this is why white people have been on top?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. See, but even with white people, it'd be like, I'm gonna say it because I didn't heard it said before. Like, oh, you know, I didn't heard. Look. I've been at work. I was working at Walgreens, and the managers was talking about this other manager, and they were white. I don't know what type of white, but they were white. But they was talking about this other white guy. They said, yeah, it was like, yeah, he's the typical he's the stereotypical Jew. Like he doesn't spend any money, and you see how big his nose is. Like they said this. So yes, yeah. You see, that's an example right there, real life example. So
okay. Look, I have a white accomplice who I've never heard this term before. We started hanging out. I want to Jew somebody out of their things. I've never heard this before. I've never. When I heard, I'm like, what? I'm gonna do what? Like that's offensive as hell. Like offensive. I'm like,
yes. They said they didn't understand why I was offensive.
Legit didn't know, didn't understand whatever why it was offensive to say I'm going to Jew you out of something. I'm like, who raised you?
Hey, you already know how it started. That's how it started.
Hey.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had never heard that term before, but man, I'm gonna Jew them out of their stuff. That's
is it bad that I know what she was referring to?
Yes, yes, that's equally bad. Yeah, exactly. That is equally bad that we know what that means. Yeah, of course it is. We're terrible. Maybe we're just all terrible, man.
To a certain extent, yes.
Man, maybe that's just a. Virginia said, "I've heard that from the time I was little." Yeah, maybe that's a small town thing again. Maybe it's not really racist. Maybe it's just a small town. You know, because I don't know many Jews that live in like small towns, so maybe they just never came across Jewish people, so they didn't know it was offensive. The same way they say stuff to black people, they didn't know it was offensive because we don't got black friends, etc.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look, the whole world is racist.
yeah, that's the only thing we can agree on.
But
Oh
we just
no,
trying to figure out, is it racist or rude?
yeah. I don't know. You had a white friend who said some racist stuff. Uh, only once that I was around for, and
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah. Yes, he's racist. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he almost got left on East Fort West 9th that day or something. Oh no, I can say it. I grew up in the hood. I can say it.
Like,
all right.
like I remember we looked at him, then we looked at each other. And it's already been like, man, this nigga there. He's a habitual line stepper, like for real.
It was my first time meeting him.
So yeah, that was strike number one. Then that nigga had 2 more strikes since. Now he's on the yeah. Is it there? Yeah. There's no more lines he can cross, is what I'm trying to say. And I haven't come across this particular person in a minute, but I might soon. Very soon. I can predict. If I had to predict, I predict I'm come across this person in about 3 more months. So, hey, I'm cool. I'm just chilling, but it's gonna be alcohol present, and people love to say what they want to say when they drink a little bit of alcohol. So,
oh, bro, I was drunk. Yeah.
All right.
Virginia said I asked my grandpa what that meant. He said they nickel and dime everything. So okay, that was my explanation.
But you had to know, well, especially when you heard this, when you were told that going to try to drew him out of everything. I know that that was 2000, maybe been 2020. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely old enough to know better. Definitely old enough to know better.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that a Jewish person, is a person who's involved in a certain religion, and you just had to know it wasn't right to say. Ooh. Luckily, it was just y'all.
Yeah, I mean, and we were in the neighborhood though. Like if that was said outside of a vehicle, then
What walking down the street in a certain neighborhood?
Yeah, we might have been hostage. You know what I'm saying? We might have had a little bit of heat on us or something.
Look, they carrying ARs now.
Yeah, they ain't with that victim stuff. I seen it. I seen it. That's hilarious, man. People. Angel. Hey, Angel just like to be banned, huh? Like to be banned.
Oh man, yeah, she better get banned. You might be going to YouTube.
Yeah, as much as you don't like it over there, you're gonna have to go to YouTube soon. She said her dad used to also say that we were half Jewish. How can you be half? It's a religion. Like, how can you be half Jewish?
Right, exactly.
That's too funny, man. Y'all out of hand for that one. That's funny.
Like half Jewish, half Hitler,
half German, yeah, half and half.
Oh man,
that's so funny. So Jew him down. Racist or rude?
Shit, racist.
That's
rude.
I did a little meme with the little kid yelling, "That's racist."
Hey, since we, what I'm about to say goes with the whole Jewish type of thing. So on that show Atlanta, I don't know. Have you ever heard of that show, Lenny?
Oh, I love that show.
So it was the episode where they were trying to find an attorney, and then and so they were trying to keep it. Well, dude wanted a Jewish attorney, but what's his name? Ern was trying to find a black attorney. Black attorney was good, but he just didn't have those connections like the Jewish attorney had. You know what I'm saying? So was it racist to say I want a Jewish lawyer because of connections, or was it just smart business to get a Jewish attorney?
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I don't know. It is racist though. It might be good business, but it is racist because you automatically assume that the Jewish lawyer is the better lawyer. Even just regular white lawyer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You look at the last name like, oh, I always gave a stereotypical last name. I'm not gonna do it. You just give like a stereotypical Jewish last name, and you give them the leg up, even though they could be terrible. Like I know, trust me, I know plenty of terrible lawyers, and they just happen to be Jews. And I know some good Jewish lawyers. You know what I'm saying? But there are plenty of bad Jewish lawyers. I don't know. Angel said stereotypes. So are stereotypes racist or are they just kind of rude? Like are they racist though?
Stereotypes.
Mr. Smith, that's not a Jewish name. Mr.
Look,
Smith's not a Jewish name.
like stereotypes can be like some racist, some sexist, some homophobic, transphobic. Like as far as stereotypes go. So yeah. Stereotypes aren't good,
but is it racist
though? In certain situations, yes.
All right, I got one that we can end on.
Okay.
Is all I was gonna say is all racism rude. I think that goes without saying. I don't know how to phrase it. Hold on. Is all racism bad? Because and I ask this because, as we know, if stereotypes are racist, but not all stereotypes are bad, is all racism bad?
Is all racism bad? Like having that feeling of going through a racist moment, I'm gonna say yes. This is just not a. I can't think of any personal racist moment where I was like, you know what, that was a good racist thing to do. Like I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. No.
You never got like not. And I'm a huge person, so it's not like it might have been because of my size, not because of my race. But if I went to places, I'll get the like, no, you cool, or you know what I'm saying. Like I didn't been to places where I didn't get pat down because of that, or I didn't been places where they're like, oh, let the big fella go through first or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not. I can cut the line sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Depending, of course. So it's not always, and I don't think that's bad. And it's clearly, I feel like it's usually because of my race or whatever. Like because they can't say let the black guy go first, so of course you like let the let the big guy go 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is all racism bad? I don't know.
I
Hey,
don't know, but I don't know. That's more. I think that's more so stereotypical because you're a big guy. Oh, let him through. He good.
well, they can't say let the black guy go through. They just can't. You just can't say it. If they could, you don't think they would ever say that?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't know.
Ashley say yes. All
It,
racism is bad.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't think of a good a situation where racism is good. But as far as stereotypes, yeah, I can say there are situations where stereotypes are good. Like for example, okay, a black guy wearing black Air Force Ones, black pants, black hoodie with the hood up. That stereotype can be, that could be bad. But let's say a black guy wearing a tuxedo. Oh, he's one of the good black guys.
That's racist though.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
good ones.
yeah. But I'm saying that can get you into places being oh, they're
A good
fine.
one.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
fine. They're dressed up. Which can be a bad, in their end because that person in a tuxedo could fucking.
Do some damage, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So let me see. So Virginia said, some racism opened up eyes to people where I guess it would have a good outcome. The actual racist act would have never been heard, or where the actual racist act would have never been heard. I can understand that. Ashley said that's a stereotype, not racist.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. But I mean, it is racist because that's a good one. Type of to say that that's a
yeah,
good
he's
type of
one of the
black guy.
good
Yeah,
ones. Yeah, he's
yeah.
one of the good ones. Like that's racist as hell. Um, but like because for like Chinese people or Asian people, like either they can't drive at all or they're like Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. They can do anything with they can make cars fly. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a racist thing, but it's more of like a stereotype that Asian people like to drift and especially because of the Fast and Furious movie, or we've seen video examples of Asian people not being able to drive great. So I don't know. So so we're going with all racism is bad, but not all stereotypes are racist, right? Or are all stereotypes racist, but they're not bad?
I mean, I'm going with all racism is bad, but all stereotypes aren't racist. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with that. But I say a majority of stereotypes are
All
racist.
racist,
So.
yeah.
Uh,
I can agree with that. I'm gonna say all racism is bad. All stereotypes are racist, but not all stereotypes are bad. I'll say that. Yeah, Angel said right because if you not all stereotypes are bad. Like if you Asian, it's assumed that you're smart. That's true, right? So even though it is still racist, it's not all bad. They're not all bad things. Ashley said prejudice, discrimination, antagonism directed against a person or people on a basis of their membership or particular racial or ethnic group. Typically, one is the minority or marginalized. So, so I guess I don't know. So I guess we can't break it down to just um, uh, racist or not racist.
mhm.
Is I think what Ashley said. She said that's the definition of racism.
Yeah, true. It's a part of it, I guess. Yeah.
But I guess so. I guess what we did here more was like the mental, like mentally is it racist? I guess in these certain situations that we named, whether it was a girl with me in school or people asking us for drugs randomly, even though those were white people, You know what I'm saying? And historically, black people are, you know what I'm saying, the minority. You know, so maybe I don't know. Maybe there's maybe we need more categories. I would say.
True. All right, but that's something that we might have. We could have a part two on this.
Yeah, that's. Look at Ashley coming through at the end of the day with a buzzer beater to save all of us,
Right.
to save all our souls at the end. Uh, yeah, that's all right. All right, that's something to think about. That's something to think about for sure.
All
All right, man.
right.
So look, we want to thank y'all for joining us on our first show back. It was a pretty good vacation. Now I'm looking forward to getting back to it. Politics on Wednesday. Let's get takeout coming up on Fridays. We're back at it. So we enjoyed our break and all of that good stuff. Hope you guys have a good break as well. Summer, come on back and join us. Come on back and hang out. We got some good topics. We got some video, some videos to talk about. We got all type of good stuff. So have a good week. Be safe out there. Come back and join and chill with us. And salute to the city as always.
Yep. And remember to own your own and like, share, and subscribe.
Charity event coming up. Be on the lookout for more information. But you don't need to wait till October. You can share now. Share all your groups. Share all your friends and family. Share your YouTubes and all of that good stuff. Go ahead and hit the button for it. We appreciate y'all and stay safe out there.